All right, we're going to open up the August 4th, 2026 meeting. We'll have the call to invocation first by Mr. Hart, and pledge of allegiance by Mr. Firstner, Commissioner Firstner.
Okay.
And then roll call. Please stand.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you through your abundant grace and mercy. You've allowed us to come together to conduct the city's business. And Father, we pray that you help us to come in the spirit of unity. Even though we may disagree, let us not disrespect or disengage from one another, but continue to work together as brothers and sisters. We say a special prayer of all of our men and women serving in the armed forces all over the world. Keep them safe and keep them covered under your wings. And as always, a special prayer of our first responders. Watch over them as they watch over us. We're so careful to give you the praise, the honor, and glory you do. In your Son, Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Here.
Commissioner Wilson?
Here.
Mayor Johnson?
Here.
Commissioner Firstner?
Here.
Commissioner Oliver is absent.
All right, we got a presentation first by HAPCO Jazz Fest. Joseph McMullen, Commissioner Joseph McMullen from Oakland.
Thank you so much. Is it going to be on the screen?
Did you bring something?
It's on the screen. It's on this computer right here.
Somebody will come back. Okay. There you go. The magic door opens.
Well, you got it already here. All right, Joseph McMullen from 201 Lago Vista in the town of Oakland. I want to say thank you for allowing me to come before you this evening. As you know, I am the founder and the person who started HAPCO Music Foundation. And I just want to say thank you for allowing me to stand here before you here today. HAPCO Music Foundation is a nonprofit, and our main focus is building futures through music, art, and education. And I want you to really understand that we are a nonprofit that does educational programs. And that's our main mission. Our main goal is really leading in and coming alongside these youth. And we've been doing it for like 25 years. And of course, we've been doing a lot of those programs right here in the town of Oakland, and in the city of Ocoee. And we really just want to just have you guys continue to have us come alongside you, and you come alongside us as we try our best to support our youth. Again, our mission, building futures through music, art, and education. And over the years, we have assisted over 30,000 youth as it relates to helping them with their journey, utilizing the arts. And most of those students we work with are disadvantaged, and that's our focus, come alongside those who really need that help, that we can bridge the gap. And, we've helped kids, make money, over $50,000, really more than that, to allow them to use their skill to make money and at the same time have fun and just grow in this thing called music. So we do a few things. We do some master classes where we bring in professionals and professors into the classroom. We do clinics at the high schools in the local area. We hire them. You have hired students through us to do live performances at your different events, whether it's the holidays, Veterans Day, 4th of July, all the things that you've done. So you have hired students that we work with to come and perform. And the last thing is that we do concerts. Of course, that's what we're going to talk about tonight, but I really want you to understand our main purpose are those programs, feeding into those students. The concerts is just the presentation of what we have as we work through that journey. And then we also give our instruments to our students, and we'll talk a little bit about that as we go through the evening. What you see here is a master class at Ocoee High School. In the middle there is Jeff Rupert, and he's the professor of jazz at University of Central Florida. And this is a master class where we had a few hundred students at the end of the day, where he was able to work with those students and feed into them. We have partnerships with University of Central Florida, University of Florida, FSU, Florida A&M University, Florida Gulf Coast University, and soon we're going to be bringing on Bethune-Cookman University as well. So we work with these universities to work with our students to put on these clinics to also help these students gain scholarships. Jeff Rupert has chosen several students from these clinics. And this is the one at Ocoee High School that we do in January every year. That's how our partnership started. But this is a picture of that day, at the end of the day, of a university professor, like I mentioned, all the other universities that we work with, to come alongside us. And as I mentioned earlier, student performances. You as a city have hired musicians, these kids, they're in high school. Right on the far right is Andrew Kennedy. I think he's a 2019 graduate of Ocoee High School. And he was one of our performers last year at the Jazz Festival. Grew up right here, Ocoee Middle, Ocoee High School. You have hired him, and he was the one who started the piece that we call Hapco Live, where students are performing for different events, parties, business after hours. But you have been a part of that. So it's not just the concert, it's not just the festival, it's a part of the educational journey. And you have been a part of that throughout our time. We also give out scholarships. We help kids go to conferences. We help them go to different camps throughout the summer. You are a part of that journey, and these are the things that we do. Again, I'm going to continue to emphasize, we are not here about doing a concert. This is an educational journey that leads to a concert. I mentioned earlier, we do instrument donations. We also do health education. We do culinary arts. So we do cooking classes and programs where Healthy West Orange is going to be here in a couple of minutes. We work with them over the last few years. They're a part of our journey, which they're a part of you. Again, it's all about the arts. It's all about coming alongside students and the senior citizens to help them live healthier lives. And as you can see here, this is what we're getting to. A free public concert. Of course, this is in a Popka, but these are the type of concerts that we do at different places. Cultural programming, community partnership. It's not about us, it's about we, how we can work together. And those programs and these events that we're doing, they're all free. So there's no charge to it. And it's all about, bringing more people in to share the love of music and jazz. And as I mentioned, our partnership, I know I already said all these things, but the educational programming, the free concerts, we've been working with the city of Ocoee for over 16 years. We got here because of the commission, coming alongside us. Commissioner Johnson at the time, then became Mayor Commissioner Wilson. And then in recent years, all of you have come alongside HAPCO to allow us to be able to share what we're trying to do for these students as relates to their future. And it's very impactful to have this type of partnership, because you really don't see these type of partnerships in different parts of the country. And just going right to where we are right now, the last few years, again, Mayor Johnson said, hey, can you bring this program from the school as far as the concert to our city so more people can enjoy? Now, I did fight him on that for a little while because we really wanted to be at the school, because we really want people to come to the school. But Mayor Johnson kept saying, hey, we got a good product. We brought in different performers, different professionals to perform. But he said, and this was his quote, he said, we want more people to be able to experience the things that you're doing. So we've been here, and it's been beautiful as far as people come in and really want to know what's going on and being a part of what we're trying to do. As you can see, as I mentioned earlier, the benefits, the community, people are asking us, all over, when is this jazz thing going to happen again? I get people asking me right now, we're planning for March, but people ask me right now, when is the next one? And we talk about jazz, something that's everyone can enjoy. Everyone can come alongside and be a part of it. And it's helping this community show different diverse type of programming that's inclusive, but everyone can, figure out what they want to plug into. And it's positive, it's helping these students, it's helping our community, it's really doing a great thing in our area. People are coming here, I tell you, people didn't know about the Lakeshore Center. There are people that want to use the Lakeshore Center when they come here and they see how beautiful it is. I got vendors. I saw one of the vendors this about a month ago say, "Hey man, don't forget, I want to be a part of the event again." I got downtown vendors saying, "Hey, I heard about the Jazz Festival. Mayor Johnson has been talking about it. Commissioner Kennedy been talking about it." People downtown say, "Hey, we want to be a part of this now too." So it's the visibility and the desire and the love for it is growing. You know, I got people emailing me from all corners of the state wanting to be a vendor for this jazz festival. And, you know, we've shown that we have that model. You know, we've been doing this here for like the last 4 years. You know, the audience is growing. I talked to you about the university partnership. We have musicians that we know locally, and I was speaking to Commissioner Oliver the other day. I got people emailing me from all over the world, wanting to perform here. You know, I told Craig that the same thing when he and I talked briefly. I said, people are emailing. I'm telling people, hold on. We can see how we're going to progress, but please hold on, because the word is out. People want to be a part. Y'all doing something special here. Now, this is not happening all over the state. You know, you're coming alongside a nonprofit that's educational in our purpose, but at the same time, we're trying to make sure we make a difference in the kids' lives. So what we doing? We got Joe Albright, already booked. Joe Albright is a 9-time Grammy Award artist, saxophonist. And people are asking me, how did you do it? We have partnership. We have some friends that people to come alongside us, but he's booked. He's booked for March of 2027. This, you know, and I'm getting because of Joe Albright, I'm getting artists from all over saying, y'all must be doing something special down in Ocoee. And I brag on the partnership and how we're doing this. The young kid you see up there with the trumpet, that's Preston Rupert. That's Jeff Rupert's son. That kid is a junior at Juilliard. He was one of the only two trumpets that was accepted to Juilliard 2 years ago. And now he's a junior performing all over New York, and he comes down here and performs with his father. And of course, we got to have Ocoee High School, as you already know. I think Bernie is in his 20-plus year at Ocoee High School, producing kids every year, and those kids are going on. Andrew Kennedy, I mean, all these kids are going on to be doing something great. So this is the lineup that we have for 27. Gerald, Preston Rupert, along with Bernie Hendricks. And again, like I mentioned, we're telling people no, because we cannot bring anybody else on board. And so that's, you know, what we try to do, as what you're doing right now, investing in education, the culture, the community, and like I mentioned, economic development. I got people emailing me wanting to be vendors. I got downtown vendors. I got people all over this area wanting to be vendors. Like I mentioned, the educational piece as well. And I ask if you can come alongside us, at least initially, because we want to step this up to bring in a Grammy-nominated person, about $25,000 to help with that, but that's going to help expand our marketing, our production, as increasing community engagement, because the word is already out. People, even Joe Albright has it on his website. So this event is already being pushed through all his media as well. So that, and again, maintaining the free event, and this is where we are. Thank you so much.
I'll tell you, Joe, we're in the budget process starting, so we'll be going over that and doing that at the budget process.
Yes, sir.
Once again, it's a great project. We really enjoy it and appreciate where the kids get to come and do that and learn a lot of deal about the music and being out in front of the crowd. So I just want to tell you that we love doing that. So let's hope and pray we can get through the budget process and get going. So we thank you for coming out tonight.
And I know where you are. Of course, I understand it very well. I know where you are. And we're not trying to replace anything. We just want to be a part of what you're doing. And then I want to also add, Joe Albright is going to meet with the kids for 30, 45 minutes. And again, that's pouring into these kids' lives, talking to a professional. Thank you so much.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right, Healthy Selfie Day proclamation. I'm going to let Commissioner Wilson read this, and then we'll have a picture made. And you introduce this young lady.
Dorcas Dillard is from Healthy West Orange, Healthy Selfie. She's here. We all know Dorcas. She's been with us for years. The proclamation is, whereas Healthy West Orange was launched in 2016 to inspire healthy behaviors and provide resources to help residents make better lifestyle choices. And whereas for the past 10 years, Healthy West Orange has united residents, organizations, businesses, schools, and local governments around the shared vision of creating one of the healthiest communities in the nation. Whereas Healthy West Orange champions programs, events, and initiatives that encourage healthy lifestyles and meaningful community engagements. And whereas Healthy West Orange advocates healthy community decisions and encourages local leaders to keep their communities' health and wellness a top priority. And whereas the West Orange Healthy Selfie campaign was established in 2016 as a fun and engaging way to encourage residents to celebrate healthy living and share positive wellness activities throughout the community. Whereas Healthy West Orange declares the third Friday in September as the annual West Orange Healthy Selfie Day. Therefore, it is the great pleasure of our mayor of the city of Ocoee to declare Friday, September 18th, 2026 as West Orange Healthy Selfie Day and in celebration of the 10th anniversary of Healthy Selfie. I urge all customers, golly. Can I stop and go over with that again? I urge all citizens to join in supporting this initiative and witnessed by our mayor, this seal of the city of Ocoee fixed on this 4th day of August, 2026. Are you okay?
We'll get on, we'll stand up behind you two then, back
Okay.
here.
Since I dressed for the occasion? Yeah, you did dress for the occasion. I'm known as very fashionable.
Where you going?
Oh, over there, okay.
We'll do it up here, we'll get the people going.
Let's see, but how are we gonna hold the sign?
You and I can
Take a
hold it.
picture.
We're strong.
Okay, so, but we have to do a selfie. So,
Each one of us?
no. We're gonna do it. Okay, you are. No, let's give him that one with the fork and knife in there. There you go.
Oh, I need the fork now.
Okay, so I have the other side.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's gonna be a selfie.
Yes, it's healthy.
And we're not in the
Yeah, back, come on over, come on over. There.
September
Come on over.
18th, but
There
if
you
you
go.
get
Come back.
involved, you
Okay.
can sign up by Friday, it'll be on our website. You can sign up and it's virtual walks. You can walk, you can exercise, and if you take pictures, we have a little contest with that too. So it's a lot of fun. HealthyWestOrange.org is the website. And September 12th, yeah, and you'll get an orange shirt if you come to the walk itself, which is September 12th. It's gonna be at Orange Technical College, so look out for it.
First we gotta do the selfie.
Yeah, first we have to do this stuff.
Rosemary, hold yours up a little more.
I got it?
No, you got it. Okay, now, capture. One more, two more, capture,
Hey,
and one more. Capture again.
that thing's,
It is.
hurt somebody with that.
Okay, on the way, we're still get a picture.
Oh, we got it, we good? Okay.
Yeah,
All right, thank you.
thank
You can like this.
All right,
All right.
you got it? Yeah, there you go. That's yours.
This is all.
That's yours.
Bye, enjoy your shirts, I hope to see you all over here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Does this mean I don't have to walk?
All right,
I got the shirt?
Commissioner back up here.
Wait a minute, I gotta come get it.
I'm coming.
All right, staff reports, agenda review.
Nothing at this time.
All right, public comments. I have one here for, let's see the name here, Nicholas Mergoli. I will tell you, we got 3 minutes.
3 minutes? Okay. Hey, everyone, hi, City Council. My name's Nicholas. I live in Westmere. It's actually my first City Council meeting of my life, so apologies if I do something wrong, say something wrong. I felt empowered to come here tonight to share my thoughts on flock cameras in our neighborhood. I believe they're a violation of our Fourth Amendment. I think what makes this country great is freedom and privacy. I understand there's absolutely benefits to them, and I support our local law enforcement. Everybody wants, I myself, of course, want to catch more thieves and burglars and all of that. But I think with most things in life, there's also cost to the technology, and I think the loss of privacy and autonomy and that mass surveillance far outweighs the benefits. So I ask all of you, as our city council, to review our contract and get rid of these cameras in our community. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Anybody got any comments on that before we go? All right. No, let's see, one more public comment here. All right, stand by, Dr. Jim Moyer.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. My name's Dr. Jim Moyer. I'm the elected Orange, Sewell, and Woodard Conservation District 2 Supervisor, serving Northwest Orange, and I live here in the city of Ocoee. And let's see if I can get this working. Doing something wrong here. Oh, there you go.
Time's ticking.
Sorry about that. I had to switch the way I was doing it. The purpose of Soil and Water Conservation Districts is to work in conjunction with other governmental entities and implement land and water resource protection practices by assisting, guiding, and educating the public. We can't fix everything as individuals. We can't fix climate change by ourselves. We can't eliminate groundwater depletion or correct land and water degradation, prevent habitual wasting of water, get rid of pollution of water bodies. But what we can do as individuals is implement what I call the 3 C's, or C3. We can change our habits, we can conserve water use, and we can clean the water bodies. As the elected Orange Soil and Water Conservation District 2 Supervisor, I have or am working on creating monthly office hours to assist in creating personal plans for doing our individual part to conserve water usage and clean water bodies. I want to thank Mayor Johnson, the commissioners, city manager, and staff of the great city of Ocoee for including the Orange Soil and Water office hours on today's consent agenda. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The meetings I'm intending to do are one-on-one assistance, personalized soil and water conservation and pollution prevention plans, discuss conservation tips, water tips, and how you can save money. I'm sure everybody likes to save money, right? And suggestions also for cleaning water bodies. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you all.
Thank you, Dr. Moyer. All right, consent agenda.
Can I ask
Wait a
a
minute.
question?
Yeah.
I just have, late this afternoon, I got a call from a resident. I just want to ask the pickleball folks a question. It's not going to affect what we're doing. They just have, someone had a question for them.
Well,
Am I allowed to, or?
well, you can pull that one off and let her come up and talk.
Okay, I guess just for discussion.
We gotta get a second. You gotta pull it off.
You can make a motion to
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
pass the consent agenda, and then we can discuss it.
Okay, but I have a second if I ask for item number 4.
You want to poll?
We gotta.
I want to
we
just pull
gotta-
it for brief.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta
question.
pull it where you can talk.
Okay, I have a
Professional
second.
courtesy.
Thank you. Okay,
Done.
done. You got a second?
Yep, all right, that's it.
Okay.
Motion by you, seconded by Commissioner Kennedy.
And I'll make the motion to approve the consent agenda excluding number 4.
All right, everybody understand that? All right,
I'll
let's
second
vote.
that.
You need a second.
Now, we got a second.
Okay.
He did. I said,
Okay.
get it. All right, now you have pickleball.
The pickleball,
Yeah.
just
You,
one question.
let Ned.
Hold on, Mayor, I'm sorry, I didn't,
Huh?
I'm gonna reset the vote.
All right, let's vote again. Motion carries unanimous with Commissioner Oliver absent.
Just want to clarify, the question was asked on the events. The events will all be in the interior of the building, correct?
That is correct. It is an indoor facility, so the event center is inside.
Thank you.
yes.
That was a late afternoon question by someone, so I want to
Yes.
clarify that, so they understand when they hear it.
Yes, that is correct.
I'll make the motion to approve item number 4.
All right, motion made by Commissioner Wilson for item number 4. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Commissioner Fershner. Any more comments? Not, let's vote. Motion carries. Commissioner Oliver absent.
Welcome to District
All right. Down to first reading, we have none. Second reading of ordinances, public hearing. Number 15, second reading of ordinance for fiscal year 2025-26 budget amendment. Finance Director Weber. You got something?
I gotta read it.
Then I'll open the public.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and members of the commission. This is a second reading of a budget amendment. Two items for this budget amendment. The first is tied to the forgiveness of the loan in the utilities fund for the Forest Lake lease termination buyout. And the second piece is for the driving range project at Forest Lake Golf Course using accumulated interest earnings from the city's ARPA funds and then accumulated impact fees from the Recreation Impact Fund. There have been no changes to this budget amendment since the first reading, and staff would recommend approval as presented.
All right, you read the order.
Yes, Mayor. An ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Orange County, Florida, relating to the city budget, amending the city budget adopted by Ordinance 2025-20 and amended by Ordinance 2026-07 for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2025 and ending September 30th, 2026, providing for increase in appropriations, providing for severability, providing an effective date.
All right, we're going to open the public hearing. Anybody have any comments on item 15 on the budget amendment? All right, we're going to close and come back up to the dais. Anybody got comments?
Just want to ask, when was the ARPA funds to be dispersed by? Do you remember the dates?
Final
We've had so
date
many dates along the
for
way.
disbursement of all ARPA funds
ARPA
is December 31st of this year,
Of this year.
2026.
Okay, thank you.
Any more comments? I need a motion.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Motion made by Commissioner Wilson. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
I think you got it. I'll get this one here, you get the next. Mr. Kennedy made a second. All right, any more comments? If not, let's vote. Motion carries unanimously with Commissioner Oliver absent. All right, we go down to number 16. Second reading of ordinance amending Chapter 7 of the City Code, Enforcement of Code. Police Chief Ogren.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. This is the second reading of the ordinance amending Chapter 7 of the City Code, Enforcement of the City Code. On April 7th of this year, the Commission approved a continuation of the city's current hybrid model, which is Code Enforcement Board hearing code violations involving detachable single-family residential properties, and a special magistrate hearing all other cases. City Commission also stated that they wanted to reevaluate the Code Enforcement Board after 90 days. That 90 days was up on July the 7th. During the evaluation, the previous Code Board attorney retired. However, we did retain a new Code Board attorney. The Code Board has met the quorum requirements for all meetings and has imposed the recommended fines in all cases presented at the hearings. This new ordinance proposal says in the event of a conflict of interest or when the special magistrate is unavailable due to illness, disability, or death, the city manager or his designee may appoint a special magistrate pro tem to perform the duties of a special magistrate. It also authorizes the city manager to assign cases to the special magistrate if the Code Board cannot achieve a quorum or the City Commission cannot promptly fill a vacancy of the 7-member board as required by state law. Commission also asked staff to present updated fines for code violations. The proposed ordinance presents the following fines. First violation, the potential fine shall not exceed $1,000 per day per violation. For the second violation, the potential fine shall not exceed $5,000 per day per violation. For violations that are irreparable or irreversible, the potential fine shall not exceed $15,000 per day per violation. These fines are in accordance with Florida State Statutes 162 I used to write a lot of tickets. 162.09 subsection 2 subsection D for municipalities with at least 50,000 residents. Other proposals of the ordinance is that it would authorize the special magistrate to hear all cases recommended by Code Board for foreclosure. The special magistrate shall render a written recommendation to the City Commission based on findings of fact and law. It also would establish a formal procedure for lien reduction, providing for the special magistrate to make a recommendation to the City Commission while retaining the city manager's right to compromise and settle code liens. And it also would establish a code board and code enforcement recovery fund. And this fund will be a dedicated financial pool created to support the operation of the local code enforcement activities. It will be funded by the revenue from fines, civil penalties, and nuisance abatement monies. And that concludes the staff's findings.
All right, you want to read the order?
An ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, amending Chapter 7 of the City Code, reorganizing provisions of the chapter, simplifying language, and deleting anachronistic provisions in the chapter for clarity, deleting language purporting to limit the role of the special magistrate to code enforcement under Chapter 162 Florida statutes, defining terms, setting forth the terms of the special magistrate, and appointment of a special magistrate pro tem, establishing code enforcement procedures, establishing hearing procedures and standards, setting forth the powers of the special magistrate and code enforcement board, increasing administrative fines to those allowed for municipalities with 50,000 or more residents, establishing fines for the costs of repairs made and corrective action taken by the city, establishing liens for unpaid code enforcement fines upon recording of orders assessing fines, establishing procedures for authorizing foreclosure of non-homestead properties with unpaid code enforcement fines, establishing procedures for applying for and considering lien reductions and releases, satisfactions, and settlements, providing for notice to affected parties, allowing for enforcement by other provisions, providing for appeals, establishing a code enforcement recovery fund, providing for conflicts, codification, severability, and an effective date.
All right, we're going to open the public hearing. Anybody in the public want to have any discussion on the amending Chapter 7 of the City Code? No comments, we'll close it, bring it back up. Anybody have any comments? Commissioner Kennedy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chief. I have a comment or two, mostly regarding the 90-day evaluation. I've watched every code enforcement board meeting. I'm a glutton for punishment. And I agree. They have met quorum, obviously. That's kind of binary. I've been pretty impressed with your new attorney and his level of activity. I think it's good. Could be more. Feel free to coach him to do more, but it's been much better. My concern is, and you made this statement, which is good. They've accepted the recommendation of the city in 100% of cases. And that's true, literally. And I think we made a good decision revisiting and staying with the hybrid model. But I do want, my feedback is, I do want to see them applying discretion. They're a board, not just rubber stamping. The intent of the statement of before, they weren't following recommendations and they were lowering them. I've seen a couple instances where people have come and they've gotten a slap on the wrist. I saw one at the last meeting. The person had appeared before code enforcement 10 times previously. They were there for the 11th time, is what was stated. And the code enforcement board, again, agreed with the city's recommendation to give them 30 days to wait to fine them $50 a day starting September or something. And as a commissioner, as a citizen, if I was a member of the code enforcement board, I wouldn't vote for that. Again, we get calls from residents. By the time those people get to the code enforcement board, that violation has been going on for 2, 3, 4 months. And to continue to let somebody go another 45 or 60 days, and then they comply, and then they waive the fine, and then they go back and they do it again. And I realize that that's not the code enforcement officer's role, so I think it is the code enforcement board's role to say, sir, this is the 10th time you've been here with the same violation, and to amp it up a little bit. And that's what I'm not seeing, is they are, to your statement, they are following the recommendation of the code enforcement officer on the violation and the amount of the fine. But where you have these repeat offenders, that's where they need to understand that the code enforcement officer isn't going to ramp that up. That's their role. To say, no, this time we're not going to give you another 60 days to clean up the same thing. And to increase the level of the fine. You know, they're continuing to say, well, the book says this is $50 a day or whatever. I don't know that the 10th time before code enforcement, it should be the same level. And I think that's my feedback, but it's much better. It's much improved, and it's much better. That's the only flaw that I've seen, is I think our feedback was mistaken, as maybe we just want them to accept the recommendation of the officer. I think sometimes they need to do more, and maybe sometimes they need to do less, but not as frequently as they were. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, the city lawyer wants to make a comment.
I just wanted to point out that when it's a repeat violation, the board can go immediately to issuing fines and does not have to give them another 30 days or however many days. Go right to fines if it's a repeat.
And that's what I'm saying. And I've seen a couple instances where the city's recommendation is a repeat. We recommend that we fine them $50 a day starting on August 31st, and they continue to give them 30 days instead of immediately going with the fine.
So I know the case you're referring to is a very egregious case, and I'm willing to talk to you offline about it, but there's been some change in that as well since the last meeting, because I've attended the majority of the meetings as well.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to single that
Yeah.
one out.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I phrased it the way I did. I think it's the principle.
Got it.
It's the principle. Yeah, and as he said, they don't have to wait 30 days once it's a repeat offense.
I think there should be a deadline even after first or second. After that, it's got to get down to the nitty-gritty of putting the penalty down.
Yep.
Because that's exactly what happened before, is where they just keep extending it. If he's not done it in 30 days or whatever it is, he's not going to do it in 45 more days. So is there a way of putting that into the orders?
So I agree with you. Again, in this case, this has been going on for years. It wasn't something that's happened this year. I think when that case came before the code board 30 days prior to, they named 4 previous police chiefs, so it wasn't just during this tenure. So that's how long it's been going on.
Yeah.
So, but I can talk to you offline about that.
Well, again, I'm not trying to single any case out
Yeah.
or speak about any specific case. It's the principle. I think the mayor asked a good question.
Yeah.
Does it need to be put in? It's already in.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we talked about before was the
Yeah.
attorney coaching the board, and you and Sergeant Rodriguez coaching the board on their role. I think they need to know that they already have that authority. It's part of their role, and they just need to be coached when they should be doing that, in general, as a general principle.
Yeah, I would agree with you. After 10 times, you would think somebody'd get the message. So, thank you, Chief.
The unfortunate part is we hear from the residents who live near these folks that, why is it taking so long? Am I talking, why is it taking so long? And I know there's the laws, they have to abide by a certain length of time, but it's very discouraging when we're getting calls about
Yeah,
it. And we tell them it's going before the code board, and then if something
Yeah.
like this happens, it doesn't give the person who lives next door that peace of mind that something's going to change.
yeah. I need a motion.
Oh,
I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the amendment to Chapter 7 of the City Code Enforcement.
Motion made by Commissioner Kennedy. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Ferstner. No more comments? Let's vote. All right. Moving right along, public hearing, no more regular agenda None. Mayor's announcements. Yippee. All right, before Rosemary gets to read them
I was just
off,
gonna say,
I'm
before I get a chance.
I'm gonna read them all here. August events, budget workshops will take place tomorrow, August the 5th, and if needed, Wednesday, August the 19th. Workshops are open to the public and will be held at 6 p.m. in the commission chambers. City Hall Selfie Day is on Tuesday, August 11th. To participate, snap a selfie in front of the City Hall and make sure you tag the City of Ocoee on social media. Use the hashtags Ocoee, Florida and City Hall Selfie. The first 10 participants will win a goodie bag. September events. Public budget hearings will take place on Wednesday, September the 9th and Wednesday, September the 23rd. Hearings are open to the public and will be held at 6 p.m. in the commission chambers. All right. Let's see, Commissioner Kennedy.
No additional comment.
Commissioner
Wilson?
Wilson.
It's only been a few years I've been up here. That's okay. No, just please come to the budget meetings. I brought my budget book with me tonight, that you're all welcome to go online and read all of it. So, we see comments from folks, I've heard about comments from folks online, and my answer is, please read the book. Then it'll answer your questions. We're not bad. We're trying to make the best decisions we can for the city, but there's a lot of pages, a lot of material here, so please, feel free to read it, and we'd love to hear your comments.
Commissioner, you done?
I'm done.
Commissioner Fresh?
Thank you.
No additional comments.
All right, I will make a couple comments. I've been on the phone with some people. One of the things I think, if everybody will read that and then wait till our public hearings where we can discuss it and explain it to you exactly what we're doing and how it's going to affect you. So I would hope people will read it and then ask at the meetings what we're going to be doing and how we're going to be doing it. So that way you get a better understanding. As what you say, there's some of them online that's just a little rude, but that's okay. But if we can let everybody understand, and I think, City Manager, don't you have some material together they can call in and?
Thank you, Mayor. Our staff has been meeting with residents that have questions about the proposed fire assessment. We have a call-in number, and we will be launching a website tomorrow. So that will provide additional clarifying information on that.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So everybody, please look at that if you can. If not, read that and then come to the, when is it, Wednesday? What was it, August, the morning? All right. Thank you very much. Quick meeting tonight.